I'm here with Nate Levine, who's the co-founder of OpenGov in beautiful Mountain View, California. And OpenGov is a really cool idea. I mean, the idea is that we can get more information about our governments, and governments can get more information about themselves using your platform.
So what we built is a platform that, as you said, takes government data, right now financial data, and hosts it in an easily accessible platform online. So government officials, elected officials, government staff, citizens can go to one place. They can pull up all the financial history for a government. They can pull up the budget. They can look at future projected spending and revenues. And what they can do is see the big picture trends, can answer basic questions like how much did we spend on police, fire, stuff like that. And then you can drill down into those numbers. So if you want to drill in and see how much did my police department spend on patrol versus administration, if I want to go into that patrol division, how much are they spending on police cars? How many did they buy? Where did they buy them from? You can get all that information easily, quickly, a couple clicks of a button. We're aggregating it all in one place so that it's really easy to access.
And there's sort of two constituents, as I understand this. I mean, there's the citizen who can say, oh my God, my government is spending that much on that. And then there's also the internal, like the governments, these are big organizations.
They are.
I think you said Palo Alto has a budget of $500 million itself, which is just a suburb of San Francisco. So there's an internal sort of auditing almost thing that they can do with your software.
Yeah, and it's not even just auditing, it's basic access to what's going on. And you know, as you said, these are big organizations. I mean, if these were corporations, these would be big companies. As you said, Palo Alto's $500 million. We're working with governments that have multi-billion-dollar budgets. Palo Alto's running its own power utilities. They're running essentially corporations in the government, and this is spread across multiple departments, thousands of employees, sometimes multiple different accounting systems. It's a big operation, and it's important to that operation that the people running it be able to get instant access to the data. What did we spend? What are we spending it on? What are we going to do next year? Where's our revenue coming from? Are we on budget? Are we over budget? Are we hitting our targets? Right now, governments spend a lot of time just trying to answer those questions, and that means they have way less time to actually govern and make decisions about it.
And so OpenGov is a for-profit.
It is.
It's venture-backed. I think you said you raised $7 million roughly,
Yeah.
and you're growing pretty fast. You have
We are,
46 organizations, you say?
Yeah, 46 organizations on the platform right now. Those are mostly governments. We have a lot of cities on the platform. We have counties. We have some state agencies, school districts, special districts. It's a recycling district.
And this is up, I mean, your OpenGov is only 2 years old now.
It's about 2 years old, but we've really only had our product on the market for about a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and this grew out, so this is just to back the camera up for a second. You started something as an undergraduate at Stanford, and I understand you still haven't finished your degree, but everybody watching out there, finish your degree, please, unless you start OpenGov. You had something called the California Common Sense Project.
Correct, yeah. So that's a nonprofit organization I helped start as a freshman at Stanford University. And at California Common Sense, we were working with members of the state government in California, so members of the state legislature. And we were focusing actually on budget issues. This was during a major budget crisis for the state of California. We're trying to help collect data and make reports and analyses for members of government, A, to help them make better decisions, and also B, to communicate what they were doing better with their constituents and other policymakers. What we found working on that project was that it was really hard to get access to the underlying data we needed to make these reports. Governments would be storing their data in 30-year-old accounting systems, legacy systems, the vendor's out of business, nobody knows how to run it.
Punch cards.
It's using punch cards, exactly. It's in stacks of paper. We just said this is absurd. I mean, state of California, $100 billion operation, and it's using 100-year-old technology to manage what it's doing.
So going back to OpenGov for a second, there was a city here in California called, I believe, Bell, California, that had, as you described it, one of the worst corruption scandals ever. And then they decided to use your software to add transparency, right?
Yeah. Bell, California, really proud to be working with them. They're in Southern California near LA. And absolutely, a couple of years back, it turned out that essentially the government was stealing money. The city manager, city council members were paying themselves multi-million-dollar paychecks. Nothing was being watched. They were just siphoning funds from the government, and that came out.
This is before, because once you had OpenGov in, it would be harder to do that, right?
That's the idea. I mean, the idea, and that's not ultimately our only goal here. in our observation, most governments are doing a really good job. And
Well, they're mostly honest.
yeah, I mean,
Maybe incompetent, but honest.
Well, no, and really even we see a lot. Most of these governments are very competent, and that's not even the issue. They just don't necessarily have good tools. So in Bell, for example, they were stealing this money, and we've gone in since. There's a new administration there, and we've partnered with that administration to help make all that data available, all their finances available, transparent, to help them build trust with their citizens and kind of move forward
That's
more
fantastic.
effectively.
We have just a minute left. So
Sure.
5 years from now, you're going to be all over the country, all over the world. Are you still going to be running or helping to run OpenGov? What's the future hold?
I mean, that's the goal. I mean, we have really long-term goals and long timelines here. I mean, we want to spread this to every government in the world that needs this service. I mean, we want this to be a tool that's accessible to governments small and large. We're in 12 states now. We want to be in 50 states. We want to be in as many countries as we can, and we think we can do that. We think we can bring transparency, better data management, better data access to governments all over the world, and the opportunities at that point are kind of limitless. I mean, when we have everybody on one platform, we can start to help them make smarter decisions, help them compare what they're doing to other governments. We have some very exciting projects down the road.
Well, good luck with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.